Hey scientists! Okay, welcome to Digital Science Notebook. This is Digital Science Notebook 1 and 2 because the sections in this are pretty long. So I'm going to spread it over 2 assignments, but I combined it in one notebook. So log in to Discovery Ed. You're going to see an assignment that pops up that says, how does human activity affect global temperature change? Select that. It's going to take you to causes of climate change. And you'll see you're going to be on Explore page 2. So again, this is kind of there's a lot in here. So this video might be a little long, but I want you to listen to it all because there's important instructions for you on some of the activities that you need to do. So how does human activity affect global temperature change? Read this passage or all these passages. Remember, you can always highlight it and have it speak the text if you want it read to you. And then also remember, if you don't know one of these words that's highlighted in blue, we'll link you to the Discovery Edge glossary. So check that out. So read this. This graph should look familiar to you. We looked at a very similar one in class. This one actually says human effects observed and models using just natural forces. So check that out, see how it's different than the one we looked at. There's some more words for you. You can skip this hands-on activity. We're not going to be doing that. But keep reading this. We're going to start learning about greenhouse gases. We'll learn more about them in a later lesson. Please watch this video. It'll give you some important information, background information on the greenhouse effect. Keep reading this. All right, this is where I want to give you some special instructions here. It says below is a table showing data from 1980 to 2008. The first column shows the population of a region of China each year, and it's by thousands of people. So this is really like 100,000 people, 110,000 people. Okay. The second column is showing you how much energy each of these people is using for each of those years. So in 1980, there was 100,000 people in China, and each person was using about 20 million BTUs. And that's just a measurement of how much energy they used. So for this activity, you're going to have to calculate and graph the region's total energy consumption for each year. So in order to do that, if you say there's about 100,000 people, or we're going to just round down to 100, knowing we really mean 100,000, but we're going to use the number 100, and they all used about 20 BTUs, you want to figure out the total. So you're going to have to multiply these two numbers together. You say 100 times 20. Then when you get that number, which is going to be 2,000, you're going to come down here into this graph, and we'll see where it says 1980. You're going to enter 2000 in there. Okay, so for the 2004 or 1984, you're going to do the same thing, except for instead of 100, it's 110 people. You're going to multiply that by 20 and put the number in here. For 1988, the population's going up to 110 people, and energy consumption is also going up. So not only are there more people, but people are using more energy. Okay, so calculate that, and then once you get these numbers, what you're going to do is graph them down here. Okay, or actually it graphed it for you. So when you put in 2000 there, you can see along our x-axis is the year. It said in 1980, that's how much energy was used in China. So after you add them in here, it's going to add it to this graph here, and you're going to get a sense of what is happening with energy consumption over time. So when you finish that graph, hit submit. Read this. I would highly recommend watching both of these videos. This video is super cool. If we get a chance, maybe we'll look at it in class, because it shows you how much carbon dioxide is around, and we're going to learn more about carbon dioxide in a next lesson. And this is interesting too. You might not think about actually how that cows might be contributing to our climate getting warmer and to climate change. So this is a very interesting video. This part right here, evidence of climate change, it says examine the graphs below. The different colors used in each of the two graphs represents different data sets. On the bottom graph, 2 different y-axes are present, and the data points for each are differentiated by color. Once you've studied these graphs, select the questions below that cannot be answered based on the information on the graph. Okay, so in this one we're practicing using data to answer questions. Okay. So read each of these questions and see if you could answer that question using these graphs. So how does increasing inland and ocean temperatures affect sea level? Can these graphs be used to answer this question? If so, check it. Are greenhouse gases in the atmosphere related to land and ocean surface temperatures? So look at these graphs and see if you can answer this question using these graphs. Okay? This might be a little tricky. We've never done this before, so let me know if you have questions about it, and maybe we can spend some time in class on it too. All right, so do your best on this. When you're done, make sure you submit it. And you are done. Just head back into your digital science notebook and do the learning reflection.